Mukin dropped down the order somewhere, and the other two, Fodor and Germain, are towards the back of the field as well.
Barry Pullinger had a good lap there. He actually sort of dropped down a position, then got himself back up again. We saw him make a challenge on that turn number 11, but it is still Baz Lammers that has that lead, amazingly, by almost 3/4 of a second as they came across the line. So he's made the move, he's managed to canter off into the distance, and it's De Conto who's now in that second position, and then Rupi Markkanen is having to hold off Luca Kamali. Luca Kamali is going to be very frustrated from the lead to fourth at the moment, but I think he's just locking and reloading. He's got 2.5 laps left to try and get himself as high as he possibly can, but I think Baz Lammers is probably managing to get himself in control of this. The only person who's really within any potential striking distance is second position, Paolo De Conto. The two of them have started to pull away.
Fastest lap to De Conto though, 49.9. We saw 49.4 from him in free practice. Nobody really got into the 49s yesterday, but the track is quick again, and the gap with that lap is down to 0.2 of a second. Marcel Schirmer is there in 8th. Barry Pullinger's dropped down to 9th place. Rasmus Markkanen is in the top 10 as well. We've got 2 laps to go, including the one we're on. The gap is coming down and down and down. And Paolo De Conto is right with Baz Lammers now. Paolo De Conto, of course, is second in the championship. He looks to the inside. That line is covered off. Baz Lammers trying his best here to hang on to the victory and make up for that mistake yesterday, which cost him a heat win. He's hugging the inside line, though. He's having to defend here. The Dutchman continues to lead. The Italian glances over his shoulder. He knows there's nobody right behind him, so he knows he can afford to go off the racing line and try something different here as they go on to the last lap of the race. Absolutely nose to tail through the kink at turn 1 into turn 2. They're going to be wheel to wheel. Baz Lammers, he's hugging the inside line and defending like crazy here.
Yeah, but going for a switchback there is Paolo De Conto, and he's got himself side by side, but he'll be on the outside there for turn number 4. So coming down towards the hairpin at turn number 5, he's still just about managing to hold on to that, but this has now brought Markkanen into that, and there's 3 of them dicing for this, so they're going to have to be very careful of what they're going to do. But still just about in the lead is Baz Lammers as they head down towards the hairpin. Look at them line astern as if they turn themselves round the corner, and they head down towards turn number 11 for the final time.
De Conto trying his best to defend and attack at the same time. Ripper Markkanen is slow to exit from 3rd place. Luca Kamali is going to get into 3rd down at turn 12, or he's going to try, because Markkanen tries around the outside here. It's wheel to wheel. Who's going to get to the line first? Baz Lammers is the answer. De Conto 2nd, and 3rd place does go to Rupert Markkanen. He just about held on to that there. That was gritty stuff. Luca Kamali looked for all the world as though he was going to take 3rd place on the final turn after Rupert Markkanen had a sluggish exit from turn 11, but Markkanen holds on to 3rd place. That gives him a really good grid slot for the final and more good points towards his championship challenge, of course. So Baz Lammers wins the race by 0.059 seconds, just over half of a 10th of a second, a 20th of a second. Rupert Markkanen is 3rd. Luca Kamali is 4th. Frank Canchart will be, I think, pretty satisfied with 5th place. If you'd offered him that on Friday, you'd have jumped for joy. Anthony Abbas is there in 6th position. Kevin Ludi in 7th. Marcel Schirmer comes through to 8th. Perhaps not quite as high up the order as I thought he might. Barry Pullinger competitive in 9th place. Rasmus Markkanen in 10th. Lorenzo Van Riet is 11th. And Philip Sear is in 12th place. And you can see there just how close it was further in the middle of the pack there. Maxi Fleischmann 13th, Oliver Myers 14th, Konstantin Scholl 15th, Alessio Curto 16th, Pascal Marshall, Sanad Al-Rahawi, Fred Woodley did well to come up to 19th, and Marius Rauer was 20th. Enrique Battista 21st. He's had a very bad weekend, the driver, 4th in the championship. Kawashi Tamakazu, the Japanese driver, is the winner of Masters. Igor Mukin was leading it. Something happened to him. I didn't see what, but he dropped right down the order. He did manage to finish still 2nd in the Masters category, though. And Geza Fodor 3rd in the category, largely because Tamsin Germain picked up a 5-second penalty, which was added onto her time at the end of the race. So another frustrating weekend this is turning into for Tamsin. She has the pace, and when it gets to Sunday, things seem to just slightly go awry, but a surprise result there from the driver that started pretty much last on the grid there. The Japanese driver Tamakazu taking the victory in the Masters category. But the win overall goes to Baz Lammers, Paolo De Conto 2nd, Rupert